Chris, thanks. Many scammers are upping their game and tracking more people into giving over their personal information.
Fox Carolina's Ted Fayton sat down with an expert today to talk about some ways to keep yourself safe.
With Christmas right around the corner, we know a lot of folks still shopping, whether it be in person or online. But because of that, scammers are out to get you. Joining me today, we have Bailey Parker with South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs. Bailey, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I do want to ask about the scams because we know a lot of folks may be shopping online. That might be the predominant way that they're shopping during the pandemic. Have you noticed scams increasing on the online area?
Oh, yeah. I mean, online shopping has been huge in 2020 in general, and I think we all know why. But for Thanksgiving, it was one of the highest online shopping times ever. So we know people are online, and we know that scammers are taking advantage of that. So I was looking at the numbers earlier, and over $27 million has been lost just in 2020 alone, 2 million of that being in the last 3.5 weeks.
Wow. Now, when you hear those numbers, it's very concerning. I know a lot of folks, they don't know exactly when they're coming across a scam, right? So what are some things folks should look out for when they're online shopping to kind of protect themselves from this?
Well, number one, we always say, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So everybody's looking for a deal online, right? And if you see rock bottom prices and it seems too good to be true, it's most likely going to be a scam. Scammers are really smart now. They know how to create very legitimate looking websites, or they create very legitimate looking listings on places like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist, wherever you may be online. So you just want to watch out for those rock bottom prices. Also, you always want to make sure that you aren't giving away any of your personal information. If for whatever reason, somebody on the other end of a deal online is asking for information like your date of birth and your social security number, that should be a huge red flag that this is a scam. But we always just want consumers to be aware as they're shopping online, really looking to see where they are, always making sure they're shopping on a secure website. That's the S after the HTTP. Those are the ways you can keep yourself safe, and always shop online with a credit card if you can.
Yes, absolutely. Always, if you can, with the credit card. Now, I do want to ask really quick. I know a lot of folks have been paying attention to the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine and the potential approval of Moderna's vaccine. Have you noticed scams circled around that?
Yeah, we know that scammers take advantage of the headlines, right? Because they know people are seeing this stuff in the news. So scammers are now taking advantage, unfortunately, of the vaccine rollout. The most common one we're hearing right now is where people will call you acting like, say, your local law enforcement agencies, maybe even DHEC, acting like government agencies saying, hey, we can get you the vaccine earlier. All you need to do is give us your date of birth, your social security information, your insurance information. Those are all private pieces of information you should not be handing over to somebody who just randomly shows up or calls you. So that's the biggest one that we're hearing right now, is that offer of the vaccine before anybody else can get it.
Yeah, and of course, every single time, if it sounds a little fishy, maybe make the phone call yourself to your local law enforcement to actually find out if it is in fact them, to make sure that it's valid.
Exactly.
Bailey,
yes.
I appreciate the time this morning. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And of course, I know our viewers are really going to be benefiting from that information. Bailey Parker with South Carolina Department of Commerce Affairs. Thank you so much.